Hello everyone, welcome to Arka Science, and today in this video I will be discussing the transit of Saturn into the sign of Aquarius. Today on 29th of April 2022, Saturn is going to enter the sign of Aquarius. This transit is going to be very prominent because Aquarius is the Mula Trikona sign of Saturn. It means the significance related to the planet Saturn is more prominent when we compare it with the sign Aquarius rather than Capricorn. Now, Capricorn and Aquarius both are ruled by Saturn, but when we talk about Aquarius and Saturn, it becomes more prominent. When we talk about our service mentality, because that is what Saturn wants from us, that to be more humble, to be more grounded, to be more service oriented, hardworking, doing something for the betterment of the people, for the betterment of the society, being an helping hand for those people who really needs the help. That is what Saturn is. And here Saturn, when it comes into the sign of Aquarius, Saturn will be able to give those kind of results for the benefit of the society the moment it strikes the sign of Aquarius. And that is the reason this transit of Saturn is going to be very important, because you will see by the virtue of this transit, you will see that any person who is in right path, who is following the dharma, who is following all the things related to discipline, dedication, hard work, and waiting for the perfect result, here Saturn is going to give that native all the good results, because here Saturn is all about humanity, doing something good for the betterment of the society for some years to come, for the better good. In Capricorn, we had the mentality of hard work, dedication, discipline, learning to have more committed approach in our work. That was our personal achievement. But when we achieve something for ourselves, it is our responsibility that being a part of a society or a place where we live in, it is our responsibility that we give it back to the society for the betterment of the people who really requires our help, who really needs us. So here Saturn will give you that kind of mentality, that kind of insight and energy, that yes, you can be a medium to improve yourself, improvise yourself, and also improvise the place where you live in. Now, when we talk about Saturn and its dignity in the sign of Aquarius, it is very essential to understand, because we are talking about transits. We are not talking about placement of Saturn in Aquarius. We are talking about transits. Now, depending upon your dasas, depending upon the planets which are placed in your horoscope, the transit of Saturn into the sign of Aquarius will give its result. Most importantly, suppose if you are going through the dasa, antardasa or pratyantar dasa of Saturn, then this transit of Saturn will be impacting you more. Whatever placements of horoscope you have at your birth chart, or whatsoever your placements of other planets are, depending upon that also, this particular transit will be impacting you in one way or the other, because the same transit is happening for all of us, for all of the mankind, but the results will be different. Transit will give you the fructification of those results where it is directly impacting you, the place where it is transiting and the place where it is aspecting. So it is very essential to check the transit from your ascendant and your moon sign both, because it's a very essential transit. Because you see, Saturn, Jupiter, Rahu, Ketu, they move very slowly, and when we are talking about Saturn takes a longer amount of time to travel through a sign. So it is very essential to check it from your ascendant and your moon sign both. Now, when we talk about this transit is going to be a bit shorter one. Why? Because Saturn will retrograde back. Today on 29th it is entering the sign of Aquarius, but on 5th of June it will turn retrograde in the initial degrees of the sign Aquarius, and slowly and gradually it will come backwards in retrogression. On 12th of July 2022 it will come back in its retrograde motion into the sign of Capricorn again. So from 29th of April till 12th of July, this is the time period when Saturn will be in the sign of Aquarius. And this time period, although it's a shorter interval of time as compared to the duration of transit of Saturn normally take place, you may feel that it's a span of 2 months, so what will be the broader picture? The thing is that, don't forget, a time will again come when Saturn will traverse the whole of Capricorn again, and again it will enter the sign of Aquarius. That time it will give you the results, because that time it will enter the sign of Aquarius again. And what kind of results are you going to get that time? This is a trailer for that. This is just like a introduction, that yes, what am I asking you to do for this particular transit of Saturn? Because you see, Saturn asks for simple things: commitment, discipline, dedication, hard work, continuous efforts in right path. These are very simple things which Saturn asks for, although these are not simple, because many a times we feel that doing the continuous hard work is taking a lot of strain on us, and that's where Saturn tests us. Saturn challenges us that are you apt for this particular job or not. So what are you going to get when Saturn is transiting through the sign of Aquarius? Then when again it comes back, this is just like an introduction to it. It is just like an initial trailer to it, that what kind of picture are you going to see, the broader picture. Then this is the initial 2 months can give you an idea that what are the things which you must focus on, what are the things which you must be more concerned about. Because you see, every transits or every dasha brings new kind of energy in our life. Now since Saturn will be transiting in the sign of Aquarius, wheresoever the sign Aquarius falls in your chart, significance related to those houses and the house where Saturn aspects, all those houses will be much more prominent during this particular time when Saturn will be transiting through the sign of Aquarius. So it is very essential for every one of us to be more disciplined, more hardworking, more effortful in righteous path, because Saturn, it will be in its well dignified position in Aquarius, so it has the propensity to give you full results. Now suppose if you were doing your karma in right way, then this Saturn, when it comes in the sign of Aquarius, will definitely give you good results. And it will also check that are you following those good results in future also, because it is just like that, Saturn gives you the result and Saturn tests you by giving you the good results, that I have given him something good, now let me check whether he is following that good results in a more prominent manner or not. Because many times it happens that we get something better in our life, good opportunities, everything good, and we get surrounded by ignorance, arrogance, ego. Saturn will check that thing also, that if I am giving something good for this person, is he really the correct person to accept those things? Because many times what happens, we do the hard work, so by doing the hard work we deserve the things, we deserve the good results. So after that also Saturn will check that I have given him the good results, but is he really going to make the best out of it, or he is just going to lose it? So that is also checked by Saturn. So it is our responsibility to do the hard work, proper efforts with discipline, dedication, and yes, humbleness is very essential during this time when Saturn transits through the sign of Aquarius. The sense of humanity should not get brushed away. It should be always be present within us. We should always be ready to help or support the person in need during this particular transit, because Saturn will check these things, that you have your resources, but there are many people out there who are asking for that kind of resources. So are you ready to take those resources and improvise your life also, and improvise the life of other people who are in need? So this kind of energies will be coming in front of you, challenges will coming in front of you, and Saturn will check it, that whether are you making the most out of it or not. Okay, so that is the basic summary of this transit when it is happening in the sign of Aquarius. Now I will be discussing about all the 12 ascendant signs, and as I said before also, please check this reading from your ascendant sign and from your moon sign also, because from the ascendant you can understand what is going to actually happen physically in front of you, and moon sign will give you that what kind of results are you expecting emotionally, how you are feeling it, how you are receiving it. Moon is a very receptive planet. Okay, so it is very important for us to check it from the ascendant and the moon sign. Okay, and another thing, depending upon your dasas, depending upon your planetary placements, results can be different, and results will be different, that because it is happening for every one of us, correct? So results will be different from native to native. So anytime if you want a consultation from me, you can check the links in the description section. You can directly mail me through my email ID. You can connect to me through my Facebook and Instagram accounts. And if you are new to this channel, then tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video, you get notified instantly. So on this note, I will start the ascendant wise results, expected results, which can be understood for all the 12 ascendant signs. So check it from your ascendant first, and then check it from your moon sign. Starting with the Aries ascendant people, Saturn will be transiting in the sign of Aquarius in the 11th house of your fulfillment of wishes, your social networks, your connection with the larger organizations, your any kind of achievements. That is where Saturn will be transiting. So Saturn is asking your discipline, your hard work in some innovative way, so that you can have all your wishes getting fulfilled. Since Saturn will be moving in a very slow pace, so it will give you ample amount of time also to learn new things, to work on your skill set, to work on your efforts, and finally get the results in some innovative way. Here Saturn will be directly impacting your teamwork, your social groups. See, 11th house is also the house of your social network circle, but at times you may also feel that you can work alone, you can do the work in some innovative way, in some solitude, and get the results done. But here Saturn is also going to teach you that how you can work with group, how you can follow your innovative ideas in among your group members. So suppose if you are a teacher, or if you are having any kind of leadership roles, or if you are any kind of person having some authoritative role where many people are working under you, many people are working according to what you say them, then this particular transit is going to give you very good results, because here you will be able to improvise and give out your inputs towards those people, you can guide them in some innovative way, in some nice way, so that they can give out the best of their results in a group. That you can do it. Another thing is that here Saturn will be directly impacting your fifth house, because it will be looking into your fifth house. So it will also ask you that you need to work on your intelligence, you need to work on your creative skill set, because when new kind of gains, when new kind of expectations comes in front of us, we need to improve our skill set also. So Saturn is saying here that you need to work on any kind of thing which you feel that you know the best, but there are many things to work upon. So new challenges may come in front of you regarding what you know and what you feel, what you should know. So that kind of challenges can come, and you have to work upon that. You have to learn new things, because that learning will definitely help you out when you are putting those efforts in your work sector. Because when you are working in a group or project, or many people are working under you, so those skill set will not only help you out but also help the people under you. Okay. Responsibility towards your progeny and children will increase during this particular time. So you need to be very careful regarding their demands of your children, demands or their health, or anything related to your children. So you have to be very careful regarding that. Another thing, the 10th aspect of Saturn will be falling on your 8th house. Third aspect of Saturn will be falling on your first house, your lagna, your ascendant. So that means you have to take care regarding your health also. You have to follow all the path of righteousness and dharma, because don't forget that 10th aspect is falling on the 8th house. So any work if you do in a wrongful means, that can lead to lack of or reduction of name, fame and reputation. So you have to be very careful regarding your personality, your health, and whatever work you do in some proper manner, in some good manner, that will give you much more better results. So that's it for the Aries ascendant people. For the Taurus ascendant people, this particular transit of Saturn is happening in your 10th house. Saturn is your 9th and 10th lord, and here Saturn is going to bring a new kind of responsibility at your work. Now you might be facing any kind of situation at your work already, where you might be feeling that this particular duty or this particular work may come on my shoulder, where I need to learn new things and I need to work on that. So at times initially you might be fearful that should I take the responsibility or not. But since Saturn is transiting through your 10th house, so that means responsibility in one way or the other is definitely going to come on your way. New kind of challenges will come, where you need to learn new things, which will definitely help you at your workplace. Because it is just like that, your authorities are asking for new kind of responsibilities from you, because they feel that you are the best in this particular work. So why not give the responsibility to this person, this native. Okay, so this kind of energies may come in front of you, where you need to learn new things. And since it is the sign of Aquarius, so innovative ideas related to technology, related to future, okay, anything related to science, means something which is different, something which is innovative. This kind of work or works like situation can come, where you need to learn new things, and more you work on it step by step, slowly and slowly, more you get good results. Because don't forget, Saturn will aspect your 7th house and 12th house. 7th house and 12th house, both these two houses links with the far away places, foreign places, and Saturn is your 9th lord and 10th lord transiting through the 10th house. So it is a possibility that due to your achievements, due to your hard work, you may get chance for some long distance travels to visit some foreign places or far away places with respect to your work and work like situation. So you may get some good achievements also, some promotion or something like that, that out of your hard work and your efforts you may get chance to go to some far away place and get the best out of it. Now Saturn is aspecting your 4th house, your 7th house and 12th house. So that means you have to also strike a balance between your work life and your family life, your home, your family happiness, your marital happiness, happiness between you and your partner, relationship between you and your partner. This kind of responsibilities are also going to come in this particular transit when it is happening in your 10th house. So you have to take care regarding your health also, health of your mother, health of your wife, health of your husband, health of your spouse basically. Since it is looking directly into your 4th house, so home, homely happiness, mother, this kind of responsibilities can come in front of you, where you have to take care regarding the health of your mother, or you have to feel that I have my increased responsibility towards my home or homeland. This kind of thing may come. Okay, and since it is looking by its 10th aspect on the sign of in the your 7th house, so there also you have to be very much cautious regarding your responsibilities, your relationship between you and your spouse, husband or wife, no matter. Okay, you have to be very careful regarding responsibilities of your married life, your relationship. Okay, these are the things. Now, why your health? Because Saturn will be aspecting your 12th house. So you have to be very careful regarding your own health also, that while putting more efforts at your workplace or being very much concerned regarding your family, home, your spouse, you have to also bring out some time for your own self also, own health also. So that is what this transit of Saturn in your 10th house is actually bringing. For the Gemini ascendant people, Saturn will be transiting in your 9th house. Now, since it is the sign of Aquarius and Saturn is the planet transiting through the 9th house, and 9th house is the house of higher spiritual knowledge, higher knowledge. Okay. Saturn in Aquarius, that too in the 9th house, deals with deep philosophical ideas. Here Saturn will ask you that if you are learning new things, you should dig deep into it, learn the jewels and gems of it, not on the surface. So suppose if you are thinking that should I take up the higher education or not, should I do the research work or not, you should definitely, because Saturn is your 8th lord also for the Gemini ascendant people, transiting through the 9th house as the 9th lord. So suppose if you are thinking that I need more concentration on my studies, or I need alone time to be spent in order to concentrate on my studies, so this is the time where you need to really apply more energy, time and space for your higher education, because it is not about the overall surface reading, it is about the deep philosophical ideas. So if you spend more time into it, you are definitely going to get good results, because after Saturn retrogrades into the sign of Capricorn, again it will come back in the 9th house. So that time you will feel that yes, the focus and concentration which you have put forward in your higher education is going to pay you back in some good manner, in some good results. Okay, now since it is transiting through your 9th house, so definitely it will give you a disciplined approach. It will give you a good chance to have good communication between you and your father, you and your guru. There is a chance that while you follow your higher education, you may get a guru who is very disciplined, who is very dedicated and always ready to give the best to his or her disciple. Okay, so there is a chance. Another thing is that you may also get any kind of opportunity to move to some faraway place through long distance travels in order to get into some religious community, or any kind of religious rituals and customs which you might have thought that should I follow it or not, or when is the correct time to follow it or not. This is the time when you can start some religious rituals and customs. You can start ancient scriptures studying and all. That will give you a very good results. Okay, another thing, it will aspect your 3rd house. So that means you can put your efforts, disciplined efforts in your studies, in your hobbies, in your creative talents. It's a brilliant time. This Saturn will be aspecting your 11th house of gains. So more you learn new things, more you work on your creative skills, your proper hobbies, your studies and your efforts, those things can multiply themselves and bring more gains in your life. You may feel, a time will come when you may feel that yes, your wishes are getting fulfilled, because the things which you wanted to learn new things, you are getting the opportunity to learn new things. You wanted to start some hobby of your own, yes, you are getting to start the hobby of your own. So this kind of feeling may come within you, but for that you need to have that controlled and disciplined efforts in this, during this transit of Saturn in your 9th house. Since 9th house also deals with law and philosophy, and Saturn is looking into the sign in your 6th house, so you have to also be very careful regarding that you are always following the path of dharma, righteousness, true path, right path. Because 6th house is the house of disputes, 6th house is also the house of challenges, obstructions. So if you are following the right path, you are following the path of dharma, then this transit of Saturn will be good for you. And yes, since Saturn is the 9th lord looking in the 6th house, so suppose if you are already going through any kind of dispute or something like that, this transit of Saturn will give you good results. It will be helping you out to come out of those disputes, okay, in a positive manner, in a positive note. So that's it for the Gemini ascendant people. For the Cancer ascendant people, Saturn will be transiting in your 8th house. Now here Saturn is the 8th lord and 7th lord transiting in the 8th house. So first of all, the first thing which I will ask you to do is that take care regarding your health. It's a good time where you can definitely do some healthy practices, anything which can be conducive towards your health, because 8th house is 12th from 9th house. Again, 8th house is the house of longevity. So you should not do anything, or you should not participate in any kind of karma or any kind of work which is not conducive to your health, or which is not conducive to your name, fame and reputation. That is what Saturn is asking you to follow, that you should be very much careful regarding your health and your healthy lifestyle. Another thing, since it is 8th house, so you should also be keeping away from any kind of intoxication and addiction. That is also the most important part during this particular transit, very essential. Now looking into the fact that Saturn rules over your 7th house and 8th house, transiting through the 8th house, so very essential during this particular time that you have to be very careful regarding your married life, your relationship, health of your spouse, very essential. Any matter regarding your marriage has to be given topmost priority during this particular transit. Now since it is transiting through the 8th house, so apart from your health, you have to take care regarding health of your spouse also. You have to be very careful regarding any kind of unnecessary spendings. Try to stop unnecessary spendings during this particular transit. So that means you have to be very much concerned regarding your joint asset, your fixed asset, your speech, because Saturn will directly look into your 2nd house. So you say something and later on you feel that I shouldn't have said, because Saturn will rule over your karma. So you have to be very much responsible towards your family members and your in-laws also. And if you are responsible towards your wealth, be it joint asset or fixed asset, then later on this responsible nature can give you good results in future. Saturn will be aspecting your 10th house, so that means some kinds of ups and downs can be there at your career front. So you have to be very disciplined and dedicated towards your work, at your career and profession, whatever work you do. Try to follow the proper orders which have been delivered to you by your authorities, by your superiors, or whatever work they actually wanted from you, that that you want to you need to do this particular work. Okay, so suppose your boss is asking that, so you need to follow it in right time, because time management may be a bit dicey for you, since Saturn is transiting through the 8th house. So you need to be very much concerned regarding your time management. Okay, Saturn will be looking directly into your 5th house, so that means you need to be very much focused in your planning management. Like suppose tomorrow you want to do something, so today only itself you need to plan for it in order to get the best results for that. Another thing, unnecessary wastage of money and funds should be avoided during this time, because Saturn transiting through the 8th house looking into the 5th house. Be very careful regarding that. Okay, take care regarding any matter regarding your children, because 10th aspect of Saturn, karma. Okay, so you have to take care regarding your children, your creative skill set. You want to learn new things, learn it. You want to improve your intellect, improve it. Why? Because that will improve your hard work at your work sector. Saturn's 3rd aspect, don't forget that. Okay, so that is for the Cancer ascendant people. For the Leo ascendant people, this transit of Saturn is happening in your 7th house. Very important transit, I will say. Here Saturn is asking you to be humble from the day one. Be very humble, be very grounded. Your humanitarian approach, your service mentality will be tested over here. Saturn is your 6th lord also, so don't forget. Your servitude towards whom? Your service mentality towards your relationship, that how much better you can be as a partner. If suppose anything happens, any difficult phase comes in your relationship, or any particular thing where your responsibility increases, here Saturn is asking you to show your service mentality, that how much energy you have to take up those kind of face those kind of challenges, where you can be that person who can be one man show to take care regarding your partner, to take care regarding your relationship. So this is the time where you will be judged from the day one. So you need to be very humble. You need to be very careful that any kind of ignorance, arrogance and ego should not touch you. Saturn will look into that because you see Leo is ruled by Sun. So by default, when it comes about Sun, it comes about authority, dominance, it comes about ego. So here Saturn is saying that when we talk about relationships, when we talk about marriage, it is our duty, it is our responsibility and commitment, that how much better we can perform as a partner. Suppose my partner requires me as a person, mentally or physically being there. So here Saturn is checking that is it your arrogance or ignorance coming in between your path, between your responsibility or duty. Okay, so any kind of situation, difficult situation, happy, sad, whatever it is, you need to be present by your partner, no matter what kind of situation comes, because you don't forget Saturn will directly look into your 1st house. So you will feel that I am getting judged for every of my action, but don't forget, it is not about judgment, it is about your humbleness, your servitude. More you become grounded, more you become humble, that judgment can also turn in your favor. Don't forget that. The same person will be praising you for your humbleness. Okay, don't forget that. Another thing, if you are able to follow this kind of mentality during this transit of Saturn in the sign of Aquarius, you will not only be being a person of getting that praise for your married life, it will also improve your family happiness. happiness at your place where you live in, because don't forget Saturn will directly look into your 4th house also by its 10th aspect. Okay, because if you fail to do so, it will also create problem in your married life and your family happiness. So you have to do it. Okay, because Saturn will show you the path. Saturn will show you that do this and don't do that. Okay, it will give you the energies, insights and hints in every step of your life. Another thing, this aspect of Saturn will be falling on your 9th house also. So that means this is the time when, if you are thinking that should I take some higher education or something like that, or some long distance travels, so you may face a bit difficulty in order to learn new things, or in order to take up some higher education, or in order to have some religious pursuits, because you will be too much engrossed in your own life, in your married life, in your family. Okay, this kind of situation may come, so where you may feel a bit difficulty, or you may feel that my higher education is getting delayed, or I need to move to some faraway place, I am getting delayed, I am not getting opportunity for that. If you are able to follow your servitude, then don't forget 7th house is 10th from the 10th house, so that means you can also get some favors from your employer also during this particular time, if you are following your efforts and discipline in some proper manner. Saturn is transiting through its own house, so if you are following your humanitarian approach, you will also get help from your spouse. He or she will help you. Okay, cooperative, don't forget that. So that's it for the Leo ascendant people. For the Virgo ascendant people, Saturn will be transiting in your 6th house. This transit of Saturn will test your service mentality. Whatever work you do, wheresoever you provide your service. Now suppose if you are doing any job, you are working at any concern or any firm. Okay, whatever work you are getting, whatever projects you are getting from your authority, it is your duty and responsibility to follow those instructions, to do the work on time. So here time management is very essential during this time. Your servitude, your service mentality will be tested, will be new challenges will be coming in front of you, because it may happen that you may feel that my work is not ending, my work is never ending process. I have been doing work from morning and it's night and still I am working. This kind of situation may come, but don't forget, here Saturn is actually giving you a new path, that you complete the job and get the recognition, get the award. Okay, so at times you may feel that I am getting too much frustrated by the work, but don't forget, it is a time to learn new things and get the award, get the achievement. Another thing, suppose there are many people working under you, subordinates under you. Try to have equality between them, try to have more humanitarian approach between them, towards them. Your behavior towards them will be very essential during this time. Try to behave properly with them, try to take care regarding them. If they need your help, try to be a helping partner towards them. So that will give you very much better results. Okay, another thing, since Saturn is transiting through the 6th house, you have to be very careful regarding your health and hygiene. Why? Because Saturn, by its dignity in its 6th house, will activate the 6, 8, 12 Dusthana houses. It will directly aspect the 12th house, it will aspect the 8th house by its 3rd aspect. So 6, 8, 12 and 6th house it is transiting. So you have to be specifically very careful regarding your health. Be very careful regarding your health. Okay, means health, hygiene, anything which can benefit your health, or anything, any healthy practices that can be exercise, yoga, or anything which can give you good results. Okay, practice that. Okay, and another thing, since you will be working a lot, you will be doing the hard work, Saturn's 10th aspect will be falling in the 3rd house of efforts. So your efforts if done in right manner with proper discipline, that will give you success. That is definitely going to give you success. So put your efforts, your discipline, your dedication in some right manner, in a right way, and follow the servitude towards your subordinates, and also your follow your instructions given to you by your authorities or superiors, whatsoever you are doing the job, whatsoever doing the service, because that service mentality will give you higher recognition whensoever required. Okay, after the project is completed, you will get that recognition, name, fame, reputation will increase. Okay, now for the Libra ascendant people, Saturn transit is happening in your 5th house. This transit of Saturn is asking you to focus more on your management, more on your planning. Here, time management, personality management, everything will matter. Like, what are you going to do after 2 days, or what are you going to do after 1 week? You have to plan now. Then only you are going to get good results. And if you do so, you are definitely going to get good results. Because for Libra ascendant people, Saturn is Yoga Karaka planet, one of the best planet. So more you do the pre-planning, more you get good results. Another thing, 5th house is the house of intelligence, intellect, creative skills, creative self-expression. It is also the house of higher knowledge. Don't forget that. It is a part of Dharma Trikon. So that means if you follow proper Dharma, righteousness, put your discipline in learning new things, good things, which is not only good for you but also good for other people. Have proper discipline in your creative skills, in your discipline, in your creative talents. Then this transit is going to give you very good results. Saturn will aspect your 11th house. So through your creative skills, through your creative self-expression and continuous learning, improve your intellect. It can give you fulfillment of your desires. Whatever things you want, you will be obtaining through it. Saturn will be aspecting your 7th house also. That means it is asking you, be very careful when you are indulging in any kind of love or romantic affair, which can turn itself into a relationship. It is asking you to be more dedicated and more committed and patient. It is saying you that don't jump into a relationship all of a sudden. Be very committed towards it. When you are ready for it, then only you should come into a relationship. And if you are already in a relationship, then this particular transit of Saturn is giving you more, means asking for more duty and commitment, because Saturn will be aspecting your 7th house of relationship. So you have to be very careful regarding your married life, your relationship, or the health of your spouse. Okay, and suppose any kind of all of a sudden any relationship or love or romantic affair can come in front of you. So you have to be very wise that are you ready for it, because if you say yes, then that duty, that karma will come in front of you. So you have to follow that karma with proper dedication and discipline, and then only this Saturn will going to give you good results. Okay, Saturn, 5th lord, will directly aspect your 2nd house of wealth, family. So here Saturn is saying that you have to focus on investments and savings which are long term investments. That will give you more better results with respect to your wealth and anything which is valuable, which you feel very valuable. Okay, so these are the things which has to be taken care of. 5th house is also the house of children. So you have to be very much focused regarding health of your children, or regarding their personality, regarding what they want from you. Okay, so if you are more concerned or focused towards your children, that is also going to give you very good results. This is the time where you have to focus more on them. Okay, for the Scorpio ascendant people, Saturn will be transiting in your 4th house. Now here Saturn is actually asking you to be more concerned regarding your home, your homeland, the place where you live in, your mental peace, your family happiness. Any matter which you might have ignored in the past related to your home, or related to the health of your mother, or responsibility towards your mother, can automatically come in front of you the moment Saturn enters the sign of this Aquarius. So that means anything where you may feel that related to home can suddenly come in front of you, where you need to have more commitment and responsibility, because that will decide how much you are able to keep family happiness, domestic happiness, the place where you live in. If you are able to follow those responsibilities with proper commitment, then you will be able to maintain the mental peace also. Otherwise, that can lead to mental anxiety, because don't forget, Saturn will look into your 6th house of challenges, hard work and obstructions, diseases. Saturn will also aspect your lagna, your first house, your personality, your health. So if you are unable to maintain the mental peace at your home, that can directly impact your personality and your health also. That can lead to any kind of mental anxiety. Okay, health issues. So you have to be very careful regarding those things. Those matter. Saturn will directly look into your 10th house. So it may happen that all of a sudden, new work, new set of rules, new set of challenges at your work sector, responsibilities can come in front of you, and you have to work through it. So here you have to strike the balance, that at your work sector and at your home also, because you have to maintain the balance, maintaining the family peace, family happiness, health of your mother, how much time are you spending with your mother. Okay, because you have to take care of her happiness also, her health also. Okay, and at the same time you have to be very careful regarding how much disciplined way are you using at your workplace. The instructions or the things which you are receiving from your superiors or boss, authorities, are you following at your work or not? Those things will also be checked during this particular transit. Okay. For these Sagittarius ascendant people, Saturn will be transiting in your 3rd house. This transit will actually allow you to rethink about your efforts, your discipline, your dedication, because it may happen that we are putting our efforts in one way or the other, but we may be putting it in right manner or not. Who will teach us? Who will show us the right path? Saturn, this particular transit will give you insights that are you putting your efforts in right path or not. Because if not, then this Saturn will allow you, help you to put your efforts step by step, slow efforts. 3rd house, don't hurry, don't be impatient. It is all about, it's a game of dedication, discipline and commitment. Learn new things, innovative ideas, because 3rd house is also the house of that intelligent mind. Okay, and Sagittarius is that optimistic sign, Sagittarius ascendant I'm talking about, because here Aquarius, where Saturn will be transiting, you may learn new things, put your efforts for the greater good. Okay, so suppose if you are thinking that I have that creative idea, I have this creative talent, should I start it or not, should I work on my entrepreneur skills? Yes, you can and you must, if provided you are in proper disciplined manner, you are following the right path, then you must, you should. Okay, don't forget, this Saturn will look into your 9th house of higher wisdom, higher knowledge, spirituality, religious ritual and customs. So that means here Saturn will also allow you to learn new things and apply those in your efforts, in your hobby, in your creative talent, your creative skills, and whatever work you do. Basically, it will help you out. But don't be impatient, be very slow, step by step. Learn new things and then apply it. Learn new things and then apply it. Yes, it may happen that since third house is also the house of communication, so at times you may feel that my communication sector is getting a bit narrowed. You may feel like that, but this is also a time where you can work in solitude. Saturn will directly look into your 12th house. You can work in solitude on your hobbies, on your creative talents. Saturn will also aspect the 5th house. So in order to achieve the creative self-expression, you have to provide efforts in your hobbies. That is what this transit of Saturn is asking from you. Okay. Another thing, since Saturn is looking into your 9th house, you have to be very careful regarding your relationship between you and your father, you and your guru, you and your elders. Okay, so you have to be respectful towards your elders, your father, your guru, so that you can learn new things by their blessings and apply it in your hobbies, your efforts, your creative talent. Okay, so that's it for this Sagittarius ascendant people. For the Capricorn ascendant people, Saturn will be transiting in your 2nd house. Saturn is your 2nd lord also, being in transit in the sign of Aquarius. So by this transit, you will be able to obtain the mentality to protect your wealth. You will be much more focused that how can I increase my wealth and also protect it, value it, value regarding anything which is very important to you. Okay, now from the 2nd house we check the culture, tradition of the family. So it is also a time during this transit you will be able to improve or improvise more into your family morals, tradition, culture. You will be able to hold on to it through proper discipline, through proper management and dedication. This is also a time where family responsibilities and duties may all of a sudden come in front of you. So it is a good time that you can take care more of your family members, your family culture, your tradition, your morale, or anything which is very valuable to you. You have to take care regarding those things also, or you will be able to get chance to take care regarding those things. Now you will be able to do it only if you have proper discipline and dedication towards it, because the sense of duty will be always be there. Okay, now another thing, Saturn is impacting your wealth because it is transiting through the sign of Aquarius in the 2nd house. So joint asset and fixed asset, because it will directly look into your 8th house. Joint asset, okay, transiting through the 2nd house, fixed asset. So this wealth and financial management will also be a part of duty and responsibility in this particular time. So don't do any kind of unnecessary expenditures. Try to invest or save, try to do more savings, long term investments, long term savings, that can give you better results. Your relationship between your family members and your in-laws has also to be checked during this time. Since it is impacting your 8th house, so it is also asking you to be more humble and service oriented towards your relationship or anything related to your spouse or anything related to your marriage. Be more humble, try to do more, don't expect more, expect less and try to give more. That is what this transit is, because don't forget, Saturn by its 3rd aspect will be aspecting your 4th house of happiness. So if you are able to bring the balance between the family and in-law, your family and married life, okay, then only you will be able to set up a proper domestic happiness at your home where you live in. Okay, so these are the things has to be checked more importantly, because if you do any kind of unnecessary expenditures, because Saturn will be aspecting your 11th house also by its 10th aspect. So it is asking for more gains. It will help you to be more dedicated, work oriented, to have more gains. So if you are doing unnecessary expenditure, then those wealth which are coming won't be giving you long lasting results. So if you are getting any kind of wealth, then you have to also plan it for proper financial management also. Okay, so that is for the Capricorn ascendant people. For the Aquarius ascendant people, it is a very essential transit because Saturn is the Lagna lord transiting over the Lagna, over the first house itself. So it's a very important transit. Saturn is your 12th lord also transiting over the first house. So first of all, it is the transit which is asking you to be more health conscious. You will have more responsibility during this particular time when Saturn will be in your Lagna. New types of responsibilities will come in front of you. Health concerns can be there. You can to take care regarding your health. You need to take out time to take care regarding your health. Due to increased responsibility, you may also love to stay a bit in solitude because Saturn is 12th lord also. So you can think about some innovative way to follow your responsibility, to follow your duty, and also perform some spiritual way of living in solitude. This is a wonderful time to follow spirituality also, don't forget that. Okay, so you can take up some time for yourself, take care regarding your health, follow some spiritual growth of life and spiritual way of life. Take care regarding your married life because Saturn will directly look into your 7th house. So your sense of responsibility towards your partner will also be tested. So here Saturn is asking you to be very humble. Your servitude towards your marriage, your relationship has to be checked during this particular time. That when your partners need you, are you there for him or her? Your sense of responsibility will be challenged. Saturn will ask you that, let me test that when your partner requires you, when your relationship requires you, are you there for him or her? That will be tested. And since it is transiting over your Lagna, so be very slow, step by step. Don't be lazy, don't procrastinate, I will say, because it may happen that you may feel at times that not today, tomorrow, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you may feel like that. So in order to in order to avoid any kind of becoming late, it's better choose the projects bit by bit. Small steps will help you out. Don't take long steps, because you take long steps and suppose you may feel a bit burdened at times. So take small steps and get better results, because Saturn will be looking in your 3rd house of efforts also. So it's better to work upon small things bit by bit, and that will give you better results in coming days to come. Saturn is impacting your 10th house of karma, your career, profession also. So that means increased responsibility at your work sector can be expected during this particular time. Okay, so you need to be very careful regarding your work sector also. Striking a balance between your efforts, work sector, and family life, married life, your own health is very essential during this time. Now, all of a sudden you will feel that all those responsibilities are coming within you. So only one way, one solution is the time management. Take up the time management. Follow the approach of cracking it down, that which thing to focus on when and how. So small steps are very essential. So that's it for the Aquarius ascendant people. For the Pisces ascendant people, this transit of Saturn in the sign of Aquarius is going to happen in your 12th house. Now, it is very essential to understand that for the Pisces ascendant people, although Jupiter and Venus will be in your ascendant during this transit of Saturn, Your ascendant is in Pap Kartari Yoga, don't forget that. Because in one particular place, Mars and Saturn will be transiting in the sign of Aquarius. In one particular place, in the second house, Rahu will be transiting, and Pisces, the sign Pisces will be between Rahu in one side, Mars and Saturn in one side. Okay, so this is the time when you need to be very careful regarding your health. You have to take care regarding your health. Okay, be away from anything which can lead to intoxication or addiction, or anything which is not conducive to your health. Stay away from those kind of things. You have to have proper yoga practice, or proper exercises should be done in order to be more healthy, more health oriented. Okay, you can take any kind of spiritual approach of life, spiritual growth, or spiritual studies can also help you during this particular time. This will give you really very good results. Okay, another thing, since Saturn is the 12th lord itself and 11th lord also, so if you want, you can be able to stop any kind of unnecessary spending. If you want to, you can definitely do it. But since Saturn by its third aspect is aspecting the second house, so if you are not doing any kind of financial management or not making any kind of budget beforehand, then unnecessary spendings can occur. Okay, so you have to be very careful regarding that. 11th lord for the Pisces ascendant people is also Saturn transiting through the 12th house. So it may happen that your source of income can also come from some faraway place, from foreign place. It may happen that you may get chance to get any kind of wealth or incoming of wealth from some foreign place. Okay, so by the virtue of your work, by the virtue of your foreign clients, something like that. Okay, chances are there. So it's a high time, a good time, I will say, that to save the money, save the wealth, rather than wasting it in some unnecessary expenditures or wasteful expenditures. So you have to be very very careful regarding financial management. Okay, Saturn will be transiting in the 12th house, looking into the 6th house. So health management is very essential, otherwise it can lead to any kind of lack of energy, or lack of healthy practices can lead to any kind of health disorder or illness. Okay, you have to be very careful regarding that. Suppose if you are thinking to go to some faraway place in search of spiritual pursuit or spiritual knowledge or learning, you will be able to do so, because Saturn will directly look into your 9th house. So in order to gain higher knowledge in some faraway place which links to spirituality, which links to higher knowledge and wisdom, you will be able to do it. You will be able to perform that long distance travels. Okay, there can be some kind of dispute between you and your family members, so you have to be very much careful regarding that. If possible, try to avoid the dispute. Okay, so that's it for the Pisces ascendant people, and hope you have liked this video. And if you have liked this video, press the like button, tap onto your share button and share to your near and dear ones, so that every time the moment I share it to YouTube, those people get to know about this video. And if you are new to this channel, then tap onto the subscribe button, click onto the notification bell icon, so that every time I make a new video, you get notified instantly. And if you want a consultation from me, check the links in the description section. You can directly mail me through my email ID. You can connect to me through my Instagram and Facebook accounts, and your comments are always welcome to me. So don't forget to write down your queries and your opinion regarding this video, that how you like this video. Okay, your inspirations, your inspiring words are always welcome to me. It really inspires me, really gives me a positive intent to make good content for all of you. So on this note, I will be signing off for today. So till then, when I come up with some another interesting topic and another interesting video, thanking you. Bye bye.